Hello, and thank you for taking the time to watch our proposal regarding ways the Ginger Cove Common Area Company and Ginger Holdings can collaborate to maintain and enhance Ginger Cove. First, let me start off by introducing myself. My name is Patty O'Connor, and I'm the current GCC AC president. I'm also involved with the Safety, Communications, and Welcome Committees. A little bit about my history with Ginger Cove is that my parents, Jim and Jackie O'Connor, moved here in 1980 and they moved in 2022. So I have 42 years of making memories at Ginger Cove. The first house was 84 Peppermill Point, and this is where I spent my teenage years having so much fun living on the lake. And then my parents moved to 22 Ginger Cove in 1990, and by this time I'd moved on. I'd gone to college, got married, had a child of my own. And it was at this house where I learned that if you have a lake house, your kids and grandkids will want to visit you. And then ultimately, we couldn't stay away. My sister and her husband had bought number 84, which is our old house, in 2013. And then my husband and I bought 83 Peppermill Point right next door in 2017. And then we did purchase 73 in 2020. Like us, there are a lot of homeowners out here with a long history at Ginger Cove. On the board, I know Dana's have many family members living out here, multi-generations, as well as Drew Berg and his family, brothers, sisters, moms, dads, and all that. Jeff French, I know, has extensive history here as well. In our cove, lots of people have family members living at Ginger Cove. And I know that's true of new people coming in as well. In fact, when I talk to new homeowners as a member of the welcome committee, I ask them why they move here. And they always say that they've looked at a lot of lakes in the region, and Ginger Cove is by far the best lake community. So, how can we maintain that status? That's what we want you to consider with our proposal. And here's our content that we'll be covering in this presentation. And as you know, your family is the reason Ginger Cove exists. John Lamp tells the fascinating history of Ginger Cove and how numerous people came together to create this lake community in the story of Ginger Cove, which we share with our new homeowners. One thing they mention is that one of the things that made them want to move out here is the green space and sand dunes and mature trees that are so unique to Ginger Cove, especially if you're looking at new lake developments that don't have that at all. It really is like living on a nature preserve. And here's some images of how beautiful Ginger Cove is. In order to care for these priceless assets, the Ginger Cove Common Area was formed in 1999. And we recognize the importance of these assets, and we've committed time and money to maintain, enhance, and regulate these spaces, as you can see in our mission. The organizational chart shows a breakdown of the GCC AC Board of Directors and all the different areas where we have responsibilities. One of the things that I was really surprised to learn about when I joined the board is that how many volunteer hours and dollars go into maintaining Ginger Cove. One of our projects that we've been working on as a board is to take all the information that's in the heads of all these volunteers and consolidate it into a document, a digital document, and we're calling it our GCCAC maintenance manual, and which I've been working on. And you can see just all of the different areas where we have people with knowledge sharing their knowledge about all the important things that go into maintaining and enhancing this community. 32 pages of it so far and counting. So it is a complex task that involves lots of people. Regarding the lot lease agreement, when we buy a house at Ginger Cove, as you know, we all sign a lot lease agreement that includes our pledge to pay a proportionate share of items that benefit us. And we take pride in our beautiful community and we're happy to pitch in, but it's an expensive endeavor. It's a almost 60-year-old community. We're going to take a look at the treasurer report from our annual homeowners meeting last May. And you can see that our current annual assessment for homeowners is $950 per lot. This generates $152,000 in income, and then our expenses were around $163,000. And if we look at the bulk of that money goes to maintenance and beautification of the grounds, and then aerating and treating the lake, and our security time and equipment for our summer lake patrol and our July 3rd fireworks show to keep people safe. We also added a berm extension. And as we saw in the 100-year flood, our berm totally protected us from any flooding. And fortunately, none of our homes were flooded. Recent investments include $25,000 for the sonic system for maintaining our water clarity. We had to invest in a new security boat, which we use during the summer for enforcing rules and regulations. And then our sprinkler system. We have a really pretty front entrance, and then also on the island for our grass and landscaping there. Some recent and future investments include a playground, which came entirely from donations and is very popular, a bridge seawall repair, fish stocking, as we have a large number of people that enjoy fishing out here, and then a sonic system upgrade coming up in 2023. This is a visual representation of our Ginger Cove homeowner dues since 2002. As we've established, it is expensive to maintain Ginger Cove, so our dues have had to rise over the years. And like I said before, we're currently at $950 a lot. To summarize, Ginger Cove is a almost 6-year-old community developed in 1966 by the members of your family. And it's expensive to maintain aspects of Ginger Cove that make us unique. We're happy to do it, but we continue to ask more and more from our homeowners, and we would like to keep our dues below $1,000, especially since they have to pay the lot lease fees and those continue to go up. We'd like to ask for your help in sustaining Don and Marjorie's legacy, and this is our proposal. The GCCAC Board of Directors would like to collaborate with Ginger Holdings LLC. We would like to request that you contribute 10% of the annual Ginger Cove lot lease fees until the end of the lease period in 2037. We will use these payments in direct support of our GCCAC mission, which is to maintain and enhance this beautiful, unique community. One example of how we could invest the money is we've discussed the idea of creating a plaque or a memorial to commemorate the founders of Ginger Cove and share their story with current and future homeowners. Maybe place it at the front entrance or by the playground. Here are more examples of how we could invest the money. We have mature landscaping, so we thought being proactive by planting a tree grove to replace dying trees. We have a lot of ash trees, especially, that will need to be replaced, and it's very expensive to do that. Maintaining communications with our homeowners is very important, and we thought adding an electronic message board at the front gate would help with that. We've also lost our tennis courts in recent years, and so building pickleball courts and hosting an annual tournament like we did with the tennis tournament would be a lot of fun. The dunes would be a great place to build sand volleyball courts and fire pits, and then continue to support current and future social events. Our social events are very well attended, and they really build that sense of community. One of the reasons Ginger Cove is so special is because of the memories that are made here, and they continue to be made year after year, generation after generation. A story that I'd like to share involves my dad, Jim O'Connor. So Jim O'Connor loved Ginger Cove, lived here for 40 plus years, and nobody liked a pontoon ride more than Jim O'Connor. So during COVID, Ginger Cove was a wonderful place to live because we could invite friends and family out to socially distance. So that lake was very active in the summer, especially, and we would pontoon almost daily, I'd say, with my parents during COVID. And it was a great way to get together. And I look back on that time very fondly. And in hindsight, really cherish those memories because we lost my dad in January 2021. To conclude, we honor the legacy that your family members began. We appreciate you considering our proposal to work together to maintain and enhance this jewel of a community for present and future generations. And thank you so much for considering our proposal.